Shalom and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS. This is Elders of GMS on location, and we're at the Cloisters Museum and Castle, which is right behind us. We just found this area right here to do the filming. Hopefully nobody, bothers us or anything like that, but it's all through the spirit. But anyway, the name of this the topic of this show is entitled Syria One Step Closer to World War III. And I'm going to pass it to the elders.
All right. Anybody got it? All right. So basically, like Elder Tar just said, Syria one step closer to World War III, because that's pretty much what we want. Well, that's what the Lord wants, but we want also, because when the Lord's prophecies are fulfilled, then the end will come. So right now there's a situation going on out there in Syria, where the American military, through the international bankers, they set up this fake false flag where they use chemical weapons on the citizens of Syria, and basically they blamed it on the Syrian government, that the Syrian government did it. But now the reason why they did that is because that will justify them, the American troops and other troops, to go up into that land of Syria and take over, because there's certain things that's going on in Syria that these devils want to get their hands on, outside of resources and all that. There's different, it's a strategic spot. There's pipelines and different other things that are being planned for that land, in the coming months, or we're in the midst of it right now, where they want to get a stronghold into the land of Syria, so they can, take over that, so that the American dollar doesn't lose its grip. Because basically right now, they call it the petrodollar, which is the money to pay for the dollar that's used to pay for gasoline and oil and all that. And once they lose that stronghold, that's it for the dollar. The dollar's going the way of the Weimar Republic. Yeah, because the Federal Reserve note is supposed to be the world reserve currency, but really it's the petrodollar. That dollar is made strong through oil around the world. So there's a pipeline that the U.S. and I guess Great Britain wanted to control, which Syria, Assad didn't want to go with that deal. So basically they turned them into an enemy. This is going back like 2 years ago, and they basically got a bunch of Al-Qaeda terrorists, which are not, set up by the CIA, to go up in there and try to take them out of office, take them out of power, set up a new order. And it hasn't worked in 2 years, so now the U.S. is looking to get in there and send in the troops, because that's what they're ultimately going to do. And they're doing it over oil, over gas, over this pipeline, over control of that region. And, you have Monday night, by the way, today's date is September 7th, 2013. September 9th, I believe, Barack Obama, the puppet president, he's going before Congress to try to get the Congress to chime in and go with this plan to go into Syria and bring a strike against it. But it's going to wind up being that they're going to have boots on the ground. And the reason why this is happening, because this is all Bible prophecy anyway. The Most High is just luring them in. And the so-called Jews over there in Israel, they're a part of that too. Give me that in Jeremiah 49. I believe that's around the 21st, 22nd verse, around there, 23rd verse. It says the least of them, the least of the flock. Go ahead. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
They're the least of the flock of Edom, represent them so-called Jews, which the Rothschilds are so-called claim to be Jews, but they're actually Edomites. And from certain documents that I have read and other elders have read, that they even know that they're the Edomites. That's why when you put in the word Esau, you misspell the word Esau, it'll come up and it won't spell it correctly to mean Esau. And it's really hard to find any information on Esau. They give you limited information. If you go to Google, if you go to Wikipedia, you know, if you go to any encyclopedia, especially dealing on the web, and you put in the word Esau, Edom, they'll give you the story of Edom and they'll give you the story of Esau, but they won't tell you who they are today. And you have certain scholars, false scholars, that say that Edom was done away with so many hundreds of years ago or 2,000 years ago. But they don't tell you when were they done away with, how they were done away with, who did away with them. They don't give you that. They don't give you that history. But we found out through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and the teachers over us who the Edomites are. The Edomites are you so-called white people. You are the Edomites. And you're just fulfilling prophecy. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. And that whole situation with the oil over there in that region in the Middle East is nothing but a plan that the Most High set you up to do. And then even there's a plan, and you got the document on the Mazzini Pike plan, and I'm gonna have the elder read that, and it tells you there's three. It says here, it says the First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati. Well, I'm gonna let you read that. But anyway, the First World War, we know the history on that. That was mainly in Europe, right? The Second World War was also started through Germany, Hitler, during his regime. And then the Third World War, it tells you that this Third World War is going to take place by the skirmishes over there in the Middle East with the so-called Jews and America. But that's going to be there. That's going to turn out to be their destruction, because they're setting up this Third World War to set up a new world order. But it's going to backfire on them. Give me that in Job 20, around about the 20th verse. And I'm going to have the elder read that. He's going to read all three wars, which is known as the Albert Pike, the Pike-Mazzini blueprint for the 3 world wars. They know there's not going to, they don't mention anything about a 4th world war, because there's not going to be a fourth world war. Okay? It says Albert Pike's 1871 plan for the 3 world wars. Okay? Go ahead, Art.
This is Job chapter 20 verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits.
Yeah, the fullness of the illuminated one's sufficiency, they're gonna run into problems. Just like this situation, and we also have documents on that. We also have documents that all these different states, these different countries rather, their prime ministers, their presidents, they're dead set against Barack Obama going to war or sending troops or attacking Syria.